All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you how it is that we have now shared with you access to our Body Evolver, which is our body composition tracking software. What we're actually doing is giving you access only to your account, so you can specifically look at your weigh-ins and your measurements and update those weigh-ins from home and set new goals with us. So I'm going to ask Scott to share his screen and show us the email that he was just sent, and then he's going to click through to see his account. So Scott, if you could, go ahead and share your screen by that little green arrow at the bottom. Here he goes. And he's going to go over to his email. Thank you so much, Scott, for doing this. Okay, great. From your Horseheads coaches, dear Scott, to activate your Body Evolver account, please click here. So he's going to click here and there. It just tells him that this is for his body composition tracking, and so we can continue to track his results and set new goals. He has to create a password because it's going to be password protected. This is the way that we keep your information safe. So only you will know this password unless you share it with someone. And then we will continue. It's going to do a little loading period. Wait for it, wait for it. The cyber space is busy. Okay, you've successfully registered. And so now it's going to say click here to log in. So he's successful. He's got his account up and running. He's clicking on the login. And then now you have to agree to the privacy policy, saying we're going to keep your information private. Okay, so typically, so now you have access to poke around. If you wanted to click on any of those date boxes, you would see your measurements from before, but we don't have to be too concerned with that. We will be sending you a way to you can update your measurements at home, or as long as we're allowed, you can still meet with us one-on-one, and we promise a safe environment to update your measurements. Now, Scott, if you could, please click on performance tracking right on the line there, a little bit to the left of center. There it is, good. All right, so this opens up his weigh-ins. Now, Scott weighed in from home this morning, and thanks to the quarantine and lean program that we have, he's down, maybe 20 pounds. So up there under value, we can just enter a weight, whatever Scott feels that he was today, or, of course, according to his weigh-in scale, he can enter in that weight. And so then hit save if you would, Scott. And so again, the graph continues to show you all your progress. And then that way, if you could scroll down below, Scott, just kind of a little bit further, there it is. See, before we had different goals about no more breads, cookies, potatoes. Scott wanted to cut out the carbs before. We have a long-term goal in here. We had a goal to lose 4 pounds. These were goals that we were setting when we were still open. He was like, man, I'm cutting the junk out of my diet. I'm going to lose 4 pounds this week. This is my long-term goal. So if you want to make a little note to us, you can even delete this whole box. We can hop on a call with you and do what's called a virtual fast track session. This is where we put you on the fast track to fitness success. So we will help you to set some numbers like a long-term goal, a short-term goal, what I call a process goal. A process goal is the most important goal. That is how, if I do this, this is how I'm going to get to my goal. So Scott, if you want to, just go ahead and delete that whole box, delete that all that text, you can just delete, right? And so Scott, as of today, if we were going to use this time wisely, this time of lockdown, this time of quarantine, this time of actually just to use it as a time to get better, what would you say is your long-term goal? And by long-term goal, something longer than a week, maybe a month, maybe a couple of months. What's a long-term goal for you?
Yeah, so for a month, I'd like to see 2.5 pounds a week, so 10 pounds.
Okay, 10 pounds. We'll put down 10 pounds, and you guys can abbreviate if you want. You can put LT next to it, right? And so he was really good about that too. He was already breaking it down in his mind because he's got a mathematical mind. He's an engineer and pastor extraordinaire. So for a short-term goal, maybe put ST, Scott, and put 2.5 pounds so that we'll know this is your short-term goal per week. Now, Scott, I'm going to ask you a very important question. What is your process goal? How are we going to do this? Like, what do you have to change or keep doing? What will have to happen in order for you to hit 2.5 pounds per week?
Well, doing protein, focus is always good for me. So that'd be, ramping up the eggs and, downcreasing the anything. Okay, light carb. Let's just call it that way.
Yeah. So the process goal, You know, if you put these in 3 lines, we're going to know what you're doing. You're going long-term goal, you're going short-term goal. But thank you for typing that out. So the process goal, he's going to lower his carbs and increase his protein. And by lowering his carbs, you know, he knows what those are. But if you share them with us, we'll even keep you accountable. Like, for instance, Scott shared with me the other day, he says, man, I've been doing really good this year without sodas. There's just different things. You know, some people, you know, whatever it is, what is your Achilles heel? We all have Achilles heels. I certainly have them, and I know you do too. It might be potatoes, it might be pastas, it might be breads. But when we're lowering our carbs, what does that mean? So we might even put something next to lower the carbs, like eliminate whatever you're going to eliminate. And then we as your coaches can follow up with you and say, you know, how you doing with that soda? How you doing with that cereal? Exactly, exactly. These are good ones. Okay, how you doing with that bread? And so every time it's about getting better. Remember, nobody is 100% perfect, but if we get a little bit better, if we only had one when we were having 5 servings or whatever, then we're doing better. And so this is what we want for you to do from home. We will be texting you. We will be saying, hey, did you weigh in? Did you set your new goal? And when you respond back, there is a live person on the other end of those texts, and we're going to know that you've weighed in, and we're going to go in and look at your goals, and we're going to celebrate with you when you have success, and we're going to figure it out for you. If you don't have success, we're going to figure out, well, why did you not have success this week? What can we do to help you? And one of the ways that we want to help you is that we will actually be doing a quick little separate video on how to share with us your journal through MyFitnessPal. And so we can look at that journal and usually identify a few things that you can tweak or change. Look at this. Scott's getting really detailed here. He's eliminating processed sugar. He's getting more eggs, bacon, grilled chicken, salad with no croutons. Boy, when they put the croutons on my salad, it's a temptation challenge. I don't know about you, but sometimes there's some croutons that just got garlicky. Texas toast is my weakness right there. Good choices. Look at this. See, this kind of planning. A goal not written down is only a dream, but when we start to write things, you know, you're a lot more likely to achieve your goals. In fact, I've read that anywhere is like 7 times more likely, I think was a statistic that was once provided by Zig Ziglar, and he's a man that knows about goals. So check that out. Really good stuff there. Scott, thank you for hopping on here. Man, Scott's really good with this kind of stuff. So he's got it all, you know, formatted. And that's the thing. Spend some time in here. You know, you might have some extra time on your hands right now, so spend some extra time on you. If you have any questions, you can email us at travis@journeyfitnesscoaching.com, and we'll be sure to hop on a call with you and explain it. Sometimes you might not see that link that was sent to you from Body Evolver. We can't control whether or not it goes into your spam folder, so check your spam, check your promotions tab. We are sending everyone a link. Every active member is getting a link. So make sure to check it out and let us know if you don't see it, because we will find a way to get it to you. All right. One other reason why you might not get the link is if we don't have your proper email. So make sure that we have your proper email. Thank you all for tuning in. We look forward to supporting you through this time.